Right now, you shouldn't exist. Not metaphorically, statistically. The odds of you being born were so unbelievably small that even winning every lottery in human history would have been more likely. And yet, here you are. Every decision your ancestors ever made, every war they survived, every person they loved, had to happen exactly the way it did. Change just one moment, and you disappear forever. But this isn't just about your family. This is about your entire species. Because roughly 70,000 years ago, something happened that almost ended the human story before it really began. Scientists studying human DNA noticed something strange. Compared to almost every other species on Earth, humans have shockingly little genetic diversity. Chimpanzees, our closest relatives, have more genetic variation in a single small group than all 8 billion humans combined. That shouldn't be possible. Unless something happened to almost wipe us out. This is called a population bottleneck. And the evidence suggests that at one point, the entire human population may have dropped to as few as 1,000 breeding individuals. Not 1,000 tribes. Not 1,000 villages. 1,000 people. Total. Fewer people than fit in a single high school. So what almost erased an entire species? One leading theory points to a supervolcano. Around 74,000 years ago, Mount Toba, in what is now Indonesia, erupted with a force unlike anything in recorded human history. Ash blocked the sun for years. Temperatures dropped. Food chains collapsed. For the humans living through it, the sky itself seemed to be ending. Whether Toba alone caused the bottleneck is still debated. But the genetic evidence is not. Something pushed humanity to the edge of extinction, and somehow, we didn't fall off it. A tiny group of survivors, scattered across a dying world, kept going. They found food when there shouldn't have been any. They found shelter when the climate had turned against them. They found each other when isolation should have finished what the disaster started. And every single human alive today, every person you have ever met, every stranger you've ever passed on the street, is a direct descendant of that small, desperate group who refused to disappear. Think about what that actually means. For you to exist, thousands of people had to survive a near-extinction event they didn't understand, with tools we would consider primitive, in a world actively trying to kill them. One of them had to choose shelter over the open field. One of them had to share food instead of hoarding it. One of them had to survive an illness that killed almost everyone else around them. If even a handful of those moments had gone differently, the bottleneck wouldn't have been survived. It would have been the end. There would be no history, no civilizations, no videos like this one, and you would never have been a possibility in the first place. This is why scientists sometimes describe modern humans as remarkably genetically similar, because we are, in the most literal sense, one extended family. A family that came within a few thousand people of never existing at all. So the next time someone tells you your existence doesn't matter, remember this. You are not just the result of your parents meeting. You are the result of a species that almost went extinct, and didn't. You are the end of an unbroken chain of survival that stretches back through famines, ice ages, and a volcano that nearly ended everything. Every ancestor in that chain had one job: survive long enough to pass it forward. They did. And that's the only reason you're here to watch this. So maybe the real question isn't why you exist. Maybe it's this: if a single moment, 70,000 years ago, had gone differently, would anyone even be alive to ask that question? If your ancestors had failed just once, who would be sitting here instead of you? What would you do differently, knowing how close you came to never existing at all? Tell me in the comments.